Videos we can discuss about how does a day-to-day looks like as an account executive in a tech company. First of all, for people who actually don't understand what is account executive role do, so let me just give an explanation in high level. As an account executive is also known as the sales hunter role, where account executive required to hunt and find new customer, new logo according to the territory set by them. They are also given a monthly or quarterly quota to hit the numbers. So account executive have to do all the way from the prospecting, discussion, discovery calls, negotiation to close the deal to bring in the real revenues to the companies. In fact, account executive in tech companies pay pretty well. It's pretty lucrative roles. Averagely, as an account executive, they were able to earn between 150k OTE all the way to 200 to 300k OTE, depending on your seniority, experience, and product knowledge that you have. They can bring to the company. The value dollar that I'm quoted right now can be in the USD or can be the SGD, depending which region you are. But personally, in this video, I'm going to talk about in Singapore regions because I myself actually based in Singapore. So just to give you context, I have been working in the tech company as a sales for the past 3 to 4 years, and right now I'm working as an account executive in one of the fastest growing startups in the world. It's pretty busy, but yeah, I'm just going to share with you how does my day-to-day looks like, how I actually look for a new customer, how I actually hit my numbers, what kind of strategy or approaches I use when I do and find new customer, so on and so forth. So you're going to learn about all this great stuff about account executive, how we're able to close more sales, hit the numbers, and also think about if account executive is a role that you really want to get in if you're not an account executive yet. Now, so just to give a context, before I became an account executive, I was actually work as an SDR and also in tech company. So I already started from the low all the way to the ups, and I built up my fundamental in terms of what kind of strategy I need to approach, need to do outbounds, which customers or which kind of prospect that I actually can prospect and turn them to customer. So I started learning from the basics. So pretty much I have a mix of experience between from one company to the other company, different tech product and also the other tech products. I'm going to share in the very weeks. I try to not to put any jargons or use any jargon in our conversations, but I just want to let you know that you can easily understand through this video how does an account executive roles looks like if you decided to apply for this role. Now, pretty much as an account executive, you have to plan your weeks ahead first before you execute it. So as an account executive, first of all, you have to plan like what kind of target accounts that you wanted to focus on this particular one or particular weeks, so that you can actually spend more time to craft the message and cold call these people on your persona to do the outreaching and set up conversation with them. The other way is also you have to plan for your follow-up calls with existing clients that you are closing right now. That also you have to follow up with them and make sure that they're constantly engaged and you are not skipping the deal. On top of that, you probably have a lot of internal meetings that you have to calibrate as well. For example, maybe from your managers, from your service engineers, sales engineers, even the customer success. It's because you are serving the same account, then you probably want to make sure that you are live with them so that they can actually provide the right support and also up to date what's going on with the specific account if there's potential upsells. Now it depends. So in terms of upsells, I think some account executives have the responsibility to upsell the existing account, but most of the time as an account executive, your role is to close a new logo, find a new customer. Now again, well, I'm lucky enough that the company have some inbound lead as well, but I know that previously I worked in some of the company, they don't have a lot of inbound leads, so you have to do most of the times to do the outreaching. So you have to plan like what kind of account that you need to work on, and then from there you use a couple of tools like LinkedIn Sales Navigators, TechCrunch, Tech in Asia, just to understand what's happening between the company itself, and then from there you understand your products and services that you're selling right now and try to set up conversation with them and showing them how your product can add value to their business. So you require a lot of like a strong business acumen in this space before you can actually set a conversation with these people. And yeah, you probably need to be slightly thick-faced as well. You have to do a bit of cold calls to make sure that you can reach the right persona, and you must be able to handle all this rejection as well from time to time. Now also, pretty much The most important part, I think, as an AE or account executive is you must have a strong pipeline. Now again, you must remember, without a strong pipeline, you have nothing to close. Without pipelines, you don't have any opportunity to close. So the very first thing, whether you are new sales or experienced sales, is about having a strong pipeline. So you have to constantly building pipelines, making more meetings, ask for reach out to more people in the true event or offline event as well. Now most of the times actually I sit in front of a computer, so I will do the outreaching through the LinkedIn Sales Navigator, read some tech news, analyze how our product can help them, and then try to find a way to set a conversation with them. So finding conversation with them is about creativities and also the way how you can set up. But again, most of the time pretty much just how the outreach looks like. And then once you have the strong pipelines that build out under your belt, then the rest just keep on constantly follow up, make sure that you understand what who actually your product is competing with others players in the space. And from there you try to find a way to win against your competitors. So playbook is the materials that created by the product and marketing team that you share with the salesperson to show to them that how does the product and services the company is selling as compared to competitors out there. So salesperson have to convey the messages of the value, how our product are different compared to competitors to the potential customers. So once the customer understand this, then they're able to make better decisions, so they're probably able to move forward with your product as well. Of course, as you as a salesperson, it's your duty to inform them like how your product is different compared to competitors, at the same time influence them to choose your products as well. Now, if you are working in the more stronger or bigger corporate companies that have very strong product in the regions, of course you have more advantages compared to your competitors that is still growing or is still small. But at the same time, a smaller companies or a growing company probably have a better and cheaper pricing as compared to your product as well. It depends on how you find the balance between the pricing and also the products and also the type of customer that you're serving. I personally find that if you're serving or you try to sell to bigger clients, corporate clients, then pricing may be not too sensitive. But if you're working on the more like SMB space, then pricing could be a big factor to determine whether you can win this customer or not. And if you happen to like meet some pricing concerns, please let your management know that it's very normal that especially people will live in work in Southeast Asia, companies that in Southeast Asia, it's very price sensitive. Our local currency dollars, not to mention Singapore, but regions like Malaysia, Indonesia, Thailand, so on and so forth, are very price sensitive regions. So every dollar is matter for them. Like for example, you can actually hire an engineer at less than 1k USD in Indonesia, in Malaysia, and Thailand. But to hire engineers in regions like, let's say in US, it takes at least 4 to 5k USDs. So you can see the difference between the dollar values that can make impact to this Southeast Asia region. Hence, so pricing is a very sensitive matters in Southeast Asia. It can impact whether you win or you lose the deal for SMB space. That's it. And then that's pretty much you have to focus on the winning the deals, strategizing, so on and so forth, in terms of their getting customers. On top of that, as an AE, you also spend a lot of time with your internal meetings where you have to convey what is the new update looks like in the space, what kind of products your customer are potentially looking for, what kind of things that we're lacking off in the space. You also have a lot of internal trainings within your team and other team as well. For example, as a sales, as an AE, pretty much you have like maybe weekly or bi-weekly trainings between your team members in terms like the discovery calls, the cold calls, approaches to write emails, industry sharing, so on and so forth. So those things will actually consume some of your time as well in the role. And often I find that if you work in multinationals, international teams, then you have a separate team in different parts of countries. I often find that I find myself have to work in the evening like 8 to 12 a.m. as well. So it really depends, because sometimes you just need to calibrate some information, to ask for requests, to push for certain follow-ups, so on and so forth. And this team actually not based in the same time zone as you actually based in Western time zone like UK and US. So it's pretty hectic, to be honest, but I believe that it's pretty lucrative. When you're able to meet the numbers, you hit the sales, you earn very well as compared to peers who are not in the same industries. So that's my tips. If you happen to think about want to become an account executive, and if you think you can handle all this, it's something that you align with what you're looking for, please go for it. I'm pretty sure you won't regret. For those who are thinking this might not be the role for you, you might probably want to explore some other role like CSM, customer support, customer success team, or even like customer support teams, or even other sales engineer roles. Right? It depends. In tech, industry is growing really fast nowadays. Although I know that the things wasn't doing so well in 2022, 2023, there's a lot of mass layoff in huge companies like Amazon, Meta, Google, so on and so forth. But once things get better again, there's more people actually will jump back into the roles, especially given that Southeast Asia is the next so-called startup space after the Silicon Valley. So more and more investors, companies will set up in here. They need more salesperson to actually come here and sell this product to them. So good luck, guys, in your careers.